Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the History of Fan Anime. I'm your host, William Chow. In today's episode, we're going to talk about something that's relatively new but applied in an old fashion, and that is the concept of AI. Okay, so we're going to go over some of the things that what I've been going through and how it applies to some of the things that we used to do, but now with this new technology, because technology always is what helps improve all the things that we used to do with anime. So before again, I want to remind everyone to go down, click like, and click subscribe. I mean, this is just a simple like, helps YouTube promote the videos and that kind of stuff. So that's always, that's one way that you can help. That's always really good. Plus, another thing that you can do is if you have any good ideas or any things that you think we should try, put in the comments below. Because again, comments also helps the YouTube algorithm as well. So again, I'm going to be going over some of the ideas that I tried. But I mean, if you think that something should be tried, yeah, put it in the comments below, and then then maybe if I get a chance, I'll throw it through the processor and see if something comes up, right? The other thing that you can do is if you'd like to support me financially, I also have the super thanks buttons activated below, as well as the links for the Patreon and the PayPal down below. Okay, and that's for all the subscribers and all the extra content. Now, of course, this episode, obviously, I can only put the YouTube safe stuff here. I'll be making the similar episode with all the stuff that I can't put on YouTube on the subscriber site. Okay. As well as the new videos I'm doing on the subscriber site. I'm also going to be talking about my trip to China. Again, because of the little pinks and the stuff like that, and all the bots that China's running around. I can't be posting that stuff on YouTube. So again, I have to post that stuff on my the subscriber channel. Okay, so again, if you want to get that information and those episodes, do subscribe and get to those on there. All right. So please, if you haven't had it, I do thank you for your support. And so if you're interested in those, do check those links out. Okay. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about how AI is going to help us do things that we used to do in the past, but had a really hard time doing. And that is basically coming up with some new ideas, new concepts, and new sort of cross jokes and stuff like that we used to do in the past. But of course now, now instead of requiring us to do out the laborious task of actually planning these things out, the AI can help us to do that. Okay. And so then I'm going to go over some of the things that I've managed to try in this episode, and show you what some of the results. Again, I can only post the safe stuff here because obviously, when dealing with some of this stuff, and how you control the sliders and that kind of stuff, obviously some stuff that can be generated obviously won't be safe for YouTube. So again, I'm going to put those on the other channel. So again, you can get those with the subscription to help you out with those. Okay, and then you can get the better content. Right? You know what I mean. Anyway, so I'm sure you're really anxious. So without further delay, let's get into some of the things I managed to do, and I'll explain the process through that as I'll show you the pictures and the stuff I go through. Okay. And I'm going to probably do a few episodes of this because I said, as I come up with new ideas, then I'll post more episodes. And if you have any good ideas, put it in the comments below, and then maybe I'll be able to just generate it. Again, I'm not actually no expert at this stuff, but hey, I like to play around and see what I can make. All right, and then hopefully you like the result. Okay, so without further delay, let's begin.
So the next concept that I wanted to try was to see if I can make a jet girl, or basically try to duplicate what was done in Strike Witches, and see if I can make an anime girl / jet. And so I tried to do that, and unfortunately, there's no real good models which model what a jet girl would look like. And so, trying this thing, it basically tries to scale something like a metallic, sexy robot type of mold over the girl, and basically give her kind of some extensions which are sort of like wings. But this is sort of the result for that. And okay, it sort of worked, but I think we need some more samples of that. So maybe if someone makes a lower file of some Strike Witches, maybe then I can try it again. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to then try is I wanted to see if I could make a really good Spartan armor. design of the female. Now again, there is that, for example, the major character in Halo 4, which wore the red armor, right? And that was okay. So, but I thought, okay, maybe I can do better. Maybe I can kind of mix this concept of the MS shoujo with the Halo concept and see if I can kind of find a kind of in between there. And so I started with the regular Master Chief armor, and then I started using different samples and armor for like the female figure, right? And so I started using the shoujo one, and then I switched over to try using Tifa and see if I can map that onto the armor and see what that would produce. And I think the results got better and better as I worked with the Tifa, and worked because there's so many samples available for her. It makes it easier to get a better resolution picture and that kind of stuff. So I can't work on that, and I think the result would actually work kind of good on this one. So I continued working that, and then as I moved the slider more and more on the Tifa side, the same thing sort of happened, right? It removes and puts less parts of armor on it to sort of see if I can try to find that sort of that MS shoujo mix, right? Rather than just having a full Master Chief armor kind of fitted onto like a female figure, right? I want to see if I can peel that back a little bit and see if we can find out where that is. Now, of course, I can only go so far on YouTube here because then there's a certain point where if I keep peeling it back, it's not gonna be much armor left, and it's and it's gonna be more and more Tifa, right? Or with a lot of skin. So again, I will post the those results on the Patreon and on the subscribers channel. So again, if you guys are on that, do go for that. The links for the PayPal and the Patreon are below. So if you wish to support in any sort of way and get to those subscriber episodes, do so, because as I said, I can't do anything with the limits that I've got for YouTube here. As you see, if I keep moving the slider more and more this way, I'm gonna get in trouble from YouTube if I keep going too far that way. So do check that out. And then the next person, I thought, okay, well, staying with the Master Chief idea, why don't I try some different female models? I mean, obviously I tried Tifa on one of them, but like, why not try Katsumi from Dead or Alive and see if maybe some of the things that they have in that lore database might work really well for Master Chief. So again, I put that up and brought it up, and I found it worked okay. I'm finding that I guess a lot of the images that was rendered for Dead or Alive is more, I guess more computer like generated, like because obviously they used it for the video game. So that kind of worked. Okay, so the next one I wanted to try was let's try Wonder Woman. See if that model works really well. And it looks all right. Again, the same thing. You could start really heavy on the Halo side, and it produces lots of armor. And then as you move the slider over more towards the Wonder Woman side, the armor slowly gets replaced with Wonder Woman like costume. So it becomes a really kind of interesting half mix of as I said, Wonder Woman with kind of like these plates and that kind of stuff on. So it's and the plates end up start turning gold as well. So it's kind of an interesting mix. It does sort of work. And so again, I have more sort of images that are not appropriate for YouTube on the Patreon. So again, I have a promo going on for the Christmas season. If you subscribe for a month, I will match your subscription for another month as well. So again, however many months you want to do that, I will match that for that. And again, that will get you up into the contents really quickly. For those people who are already on the Patreon, I've already added that automatically for you. So don't worry about that. You don't have to do anything extra. So the next one I wanted to try is try to do mixing Tifa and Cortana together. And then now this is particularly different because essentially Cortana, she's just an image, computer generated image, right? So again, there's no sort of cloning design or anything that's on it. All her things were all sort of markings within herself, right? So that's really kind of difficult, especially when you're going to try to map her onto Tifa. And you don't want any of like Tifa's, armor clothing and that kind of stuff to be part of this accessory, because that's, it's supposed to be, mapped onto the body, right? And all the lines and that kind of stuff is supposed to be there. So that's what we're trying to do. But the problem is now you got basically two people that are trying to be mapped together that essentially are clothesless, right? So this is going to be definitely a big problem trying to post this up on YouTube. So again, take advantage of my offer right now, and go on and subscribe on the Patreon or the PayPal, and I'll put all the good stuff there. All right. So
Okay, hope you found that really interesting. And again, I can only post some of the really safe stuff here, obviously. To give you an example of what I managed to do and come up with these sort of wacky ideas. And you can see, using AI makes things a lot easier. But man, I tell you, it's the process of getting the AI to do what you want, and that it still needs a lot to work with, and it still takes several sort of hours playing around with the algorithm to make it work. But sometimes something good comes up. All right, so again. Stay tuned for some more, because I will be trying to do some more results. And again, if I can't fit it into this episode, I'll have to go to the next one. And again, all the special content, I know the stuff that you were interested in, the stuff that's not safe for YouTube, I've got it on. So again, check out the Patreon or the PayPal for that. All right. So until next time, I will see you again.